everyone, welcome to the stream. Today we are talking about the things that scare us. And this is not one of those like, ooh, but like actually scare us in terms of growth, being on YouTube, all that kind of stuff. So I want to have this conversation with you, and I want to know also what scares you. And also I want to know, it's a much easier question, what's in your cup today? People, I've got my pretty cup out today. And normally I would be the Awake Tazo or the Tazo Awake English Breakfast. But the truth is, today's going to be a little bit of a shorter stream, and I didn't want to waste a really great tea bag, so I did this one, which I have a whole bunch of. So that's what's in my cup with a little bit of honey. What's in your cup, people? Let me know, okay? I'd love to hear what's in your cup. Pixelpia, how are you doing? Great to see you. Josiah, great to see you. How are you doing? I wanted to chat, though, about some stuff that I feel like people just don't talk about. And so online, that would be, money, and that would be talking about just with honesty, transparency, all that stuff. Like, how much money do you make? How much money did a sponsor pay you? And as long as you're not violating NDA terms type things. I'm just curious, it seems like money is one of those taboo subjects. There are other taboo subjects, whether it's sponsorships, whether it's how to say no. And we've had that discussion before as well. And there's just a lot of things that seem to make people nervous, whether that's negotiation, whether, oh my goodness, I can't even tell you how many times it was always like negotiating an offer way back in the day when we were doing that, when we were in school. I would help people negotiate their job offers because for some reason they just didn't have it in them to be like, I would like more money, please, or they would be worried about the other people's wallet. And I'm like, that's not your problem. Everyone's got to give and take a little bit. Are you good with the amount of money that they're paying you for you to give up a certain amount of your life? And for some reason, it was just a lot easier for me to ask other people for more money. But I did it for myself as well. And I feel like there just aren't sometimes those conversations being had. So also there was a conversation that happened, Adam Exploits, good to see you. There was a conversation that happened this week where someone reached out to me and she says, I don't know if this is particularly me in a situation where I've just overthought things, me where I'm not asking my worth, or maybe I ask too much and they don't see the worth. And then it became like, a little cat and mouse game. It's like, okay, are you going to tell me who? Well, I don't know. Maybe you know them. And that's fine. I don't care. I can keep secret. But it's also then like, well, if I say something and then like you scoop me and, maybe work with these people. I'm like, really? I know some people would do that. I don't think I would do that. But it's just one of those things too, where they're like, I don't know who I'm supposed to ask because not a lot of people talk about money. And then they're like, well, Shelly does. So maybe I'm going to ask her. And I am very proud of that. I'm going to say I'm very excited, happy / proud of the fact that we have a community full of people who would think, gosh, I'm a little bit stuck. I'm not quite sure. And I'm not sure who to ask. And they thought of me. That made me feel good. No lies on that one. What makes me sad is, what if you don't have a group or community of people like that for yourself? Okay. So Pixelpia says, I have used up all of my fears except for heights in the past 65 years. And now I'm living fear-free. See, that's a great way to live too, because not just you, but we're all going to die one day. So we might as well try and do the things, even the things that scare us, And if we're thinking back on my journey too, if you guys have been here and we're talking about it, even me starting content minis was, well, I think maybe I could do it. Maybe I could do it. I don't know. Maybe I should do it. And then finally doing it and then being like, I don't know if this is for me. I don't know if I want to work with people. And, and fighting through all of that stuff and learning a lot of things along the way. And yes, I am still doing shorts editing. I think also a victim of my own success in some ways, where some of the clients haven't renewed because they've run out of content for us to make content about. There's that. I have to share this with y'all. I thought this was hilarious. I got pitched in the DM from Instagram, which I think is so funny because I don't even use that platform very much. But here is the DM. Hold on. Basically, are you ready to level up your content game? I specialize in transforming long-form brilliance into captivating short videos. With my expertise, your content will shine on TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts. Let me create a complimentary sample for you. Just share a segment of your content and I'll work my magic. Don't miss out on unlocking your content's full potential in today's digital landscape. Let's rise together. Signed, sincerely, content repurposing specialist. So I think this is so funny. I literally got pitched my own company. It's not the first time, but this one was so funny because they have almost a very similar name to what my business is as well. And so I thought that was funny. And I never want to be like, do you know who I am? But it's just funny because it's like literally, I think in my bio, it says like owner content minis. And so if you took half a second to research your customer instead of just cold emailing people or cold DMing people, you would know that I literally have a business that does that. So, but good on them for, I guess, getting out there and DMing people, because that is a fear of mine. And I will share that with you, is that I don't like to sell myself, my services, whatever. So it's funny. I will get pitched my own company, basically my own business model in the DMs, but that doesn't even give me enough reason to be like, oh, I should do that for myself. I'm a petulant little child where I'm just like, I'm not doing that. I'm not talking about that. Whereas, remember, we had that post and the video that I could have called, how one LinkedIn post got me $1,000. So when you talk about offers that you have and people know, like, and trust you, you can combine into actually having people say yes to do business with you, right? All of that is cool. But I still won't do it. And I don't understand why, because it's not like I'm a bad salesperson. I spent years, like a decade of my life, selling in big box retail, selling things to people. I know all of these closing techniques. I know all the ways that you're supposed to say things, and soft close and hard close and all of those. And I just won't do it for myself. I just don't want to do it. Riddle me this. I don't understand what that's about. Okay. So, you got the Insta 360 Go. Oh man, I'm so excited by that piece of tech. Honestly, I cannot wait to watch your videos on that Pixelpia. I think that's awesome. I considered it, everyone and their mom, once the embargo dropped, seemed to be making videos on it, similar to the Pixel Fold. By the way, I think I just put out a short yesterday. I pulled the trigger and I got the Samsung Galaxy Ultra S23 Ultra, because I just figured it would be nice to have it as a backup shooter for going to Iceland in like another month or so, right? Which is just crazy that that's coming up so soon. And I was like, yeah, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And I have to trade in my old phone and everything. And I got a great deal where at the end of the day with the upgrades, I think it cost me $200 to upgrade. So I'm happy with it. I just got to send my old phone back in. But I want to have a chat with you all. What are some of the things that scare you? We all know Pixelpia has like no fears except for heights. So one then would wonder, do we confront it head on and go skydiving? Or do we just build a life around avoiding things that get you on higher levels of floors and of hotels and sightseeing type things? Because there are two different ways or more to deal with what you finally recognize as a fear. One is, you build a way around it, and one is you go through it, and you really just lean into it really hard. So, wait, you made the shirt the short, I did see it. I left a like on it as well. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Well done on that. By the way, I'm also back to my Sony a7 III. And so back to, I think I put it at 1080p for now because I didn't want to do 1440. But if you see a noticeable difference from last week's stream where I was using the Sony ZV-1, and it was good as an experiment. There's a lot of cool things about that camera, and I am going to be, because two people said yes, I am going to be making the video on some accessories that I would recommend to go with that camera, because I'm certainly not going to go into the tech specs, but just giving you some real world stuff that I would use. I am going to make that video and put that out next week, so I'm excited for that. But if you want to share some of the things that scare you, whether that's negotiating for more money, whether that's finally starting a YouTube channel, whether it's, saying no to people who always want you to say yes or expect you to say yes, even worse, right? I would love to talk with you about that because I feel like this is a community where we can share. Speaking of community, in the link of this, in the description of this video, there is the link to join the Discord group. Now, the thing with the Discord group, it is a small but mighty group right now. Okay, we're small, and that's fine. And I'm definitely working on trying to interact more. But I was saying this on Twitter that I really want to have like a place where community can gather and we can chat about stuff, because even in a live stream, like you have to be here and then you have to comment and then I have to see it and then interact with it. And it's not always as valuable when you come back and watch the replay. Whereas, in Discord, I mean, it's just a Slack or like a group chat type of thing. And so I was like, I think it would be nice to have a spot where we can just congregate and chat about things. I was asking Keely today for a little bit of help trying to figure out how do we bring in, let me know if y'all would be interested in joining me sometime for this. Maybe like something called like a Work With Me Wednesday, where it's just we just work together, heads down, you set a time, you do some work. So like I might be doing some editing. If you're there, you can chat it up. If you're not there, or if you have a question, and it would be live streamed into the Discord group. And then it would be replay only for channel members. So I'm thinking that's the way that I'd like to run it. But if you have comments, questions, concerns about that type of thing, let me know. But I think it would be kind of cool. So if you're in the Discord server, it will be an unlisted like YouTube live stream that's being brought into only Discord. So it won't be public on YouTube. It'll just be in the Discord through an unlisted or private video. But then the replay of it, if you don't catch the Work With Me part, it will be a members only live stream. So that would be another way as well. I don't know if it's valuable or not as a replay for members only, but it will be replay for members only on YouTube. Speaking of members only, I promised that I would play this. I haven't seen him yet, but I promised him that I would play this for him because he joined right after the live stream last week. And so we have a new channel member, and I think that's so exciting. So first of all, I want to tell you that we have a new channel member, and I'm playing the new channel member join song. So cover your ears in 3, 2, 1. Here it comes. Yeah. By the way, you should, if you haven't yet, you should subscribe to this channel. I don't know what you're doing if you've been watching me for 2 years now, do live streams every Thursday, and you haven't subscribed yet. You should do that. And if you're still looking for me other places when you're not on YouTube, you can follow me. All these places. TikTok, you don't stop. I'm trying to hit 40,000 over there too. I've been at 39 for like a year, 2 years, a real long time, okay? So if you want to join me on TikTok, I know some of you feel a certain way about TikTok. Join me on TikTok though, okay? And welcome to our newest channel member. Also, still too hot. Speaking of any of my existing channel members in chat, I want you to take a peek. I updated some of the emojis, so they're not all like the purple cartoon ones. So maybe if you were to take a look, there might be an emoji more to your liking that's available to you. And I was looking in the back end of YouTube under the channel memberships. It says that if we get 3 more members, we can add another emoji. And I figured for that one, for one of the Work With Me Wednesdays, I will design the emoji together based on input that y'all have. And then we can crowdsource vote what you guys want the emoji to be, and then I will put it up. So yeah, we have to get 3 more channel members, and then we can do a custom emoji of whatever you guys want. I thought that'd be really fun to do that. But hey, El Jefe Reviews is in the house. Great to see you. But how are you doing? I saw that you put out a video today sponsored by Soundcore, right? First of all, we love it when a friend gets sponsored. But also then putting out a new video, which is very exciting because I know you were having some stuff with the ear infection and not being able to put things in your ear. So this is very exciting. Then I don't know if it's new or old, but I was excited to see it. I'm so happy for you. That's awesome. Amazing. Great stuff. Happy. Yeah, today we're talking a little bit about lots of things because I'm a squirrel brain, and what else would you expect? But one, yes. Work with me Wednesdays going into the Discord group. It's going to be the unlisted live streams. So yeah, and if we get 3 more channel members, we'll do a work with me Wednesday where we will draw or create our emoji together. I think that'll be super fun. And if you're a channel member now, go look. There's some new emojis. Oh, Pixel P, if you're still here, will you put the emojis? Because Cooper and Casey are in there. And like real Cooper and Casey, not like the cartoon dog, but like I put Cooper and Casey in there, so you should see them now. So that should be fun. And then, yeah, if you're not in the Discord channel, you should join that. And then, yeah, we were talking about things that scare us. So like I said, I got a message this week from someone in our community that was like, I'm not sure who else to chat with, and no one really talks about money. And like I said, I'm so proud and I'm so honored that you guys have like this safer place to be, that, or a person to ask these questions, and I'm super excited about that. So but I wish that more people talked about this stuff. So in an effort to be transparent too, like I put on Twitter, you guys remember when we did all of the how much money I made or whatever, I put out 3 months worth of pie charts. And it's so funny because it's the pie charts where AdSense was actually pretty decent, because most of the times, you guys know, it's like under 5% at most. And so I put that out there though, just to show people, what do we have? One of us. I know sometimes it does that where it's like, oh, it's too big. Sorry. Let me cancel. I'm gonna lock that. Streamlabs. Is it the Streamlabs one? Yeah. Let me unlock that. Let me scooch it down. I can't see it. It says it's locked. Okay. Anyways, thank you so much for being a channel member for 4 months, Marcus. Thank you so much for being a channel member for over 2 years, Pixelpia. That deserves its own little, hold on, let me give you you're not a new member, but you deserve a celebration because the on-screen thing got messed up. Here we go. And for Marcus. By the way, so funny, sometimes Ecamm doesn't, obviously custom emojis and stuff, it doesn't really always get it right. Twitch ones, it does. YouTube ones, not always so much, especially if there's anything that comes in like Super Chat, Super Sticker. Super Chat is okay. Super Sticker sometimes comes in as like pair with like armband, like the alt text. But I want to show you what it says. Cooper and Casey. I know they're there and they're cute, so I would just have to pull it up on my phone to like be like, they're there and they're cute, right? They're there and they're cute. But none of y'all have shared yet what scares you, and I am a little hashtag offended by that. Can we get some fears? That sounds awful. Hey, James Higgs. Great to see you. Another Ecamm fan member in the house. Are you joining our Discord? Welcome. Thank you so much for stopping in. Oh, look, there they are. Oh, you can't see it, but oh, come on. Look, Cooper and Casey. Cooper and Casey, how cute are they? Oh, they're pretty freaking cute. Anyways, thanks for checking out the Discord. If anyone else wants to check out the Discord, please do so. And we will be doing more with that. But anyways, other than that, crowds, restaurants with no dedicated. Oh, gosh. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I hear you, man. And so we were having this chat about when you find something that scares you. So, for instance, Pixelpia said heights. a couple of alternative ways to deal with things that scare you. Right? One is like to plow right through it. One is to like take it head on and just be like, oh, we're doing the thing that is the most extreme. Like, I'm going to jump out of a plane. I'm about to jump out of a plane. You know what I mean? And it's so funny. It's like after you live it, which is maybe one of the worst and intense ways to experience that fear, are you still as scared of it after you've gone through it and you've, survived? Does it intensify? And if anyone has any experience with this, I'd love to know. Or do you build your life around that fear? So, if you had a fear of heights, do you always look for hotel rooms that are, on the first floor? Do you make sure that you don't have, like a house on a hill way up high? Do you make sure you don't go to like restaurants that are at the top of like tall buildings? Like, do you build a life around the thing that scares you? Do you do it anyway? Or do you plow through and you go for the most like balls to the wall way to just like confront that fear head on? And I would love to know if any of you have done any of these things, which way. Oh my goodness, does it have a gifted membership? I don't know what that means, but like, look, it comes up. Come on, focus. It says that. It says, and it has like a fun little banner. I don't know. It shows up as green. Thank you so much, Pixelpia, for whatever you've done. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Also, if you are a channel member, if you haven't yet, join the Discord, because there are a couple of rooms that are for channel members only. And yeah, you could do that. So being scared of heights you can live with, being scared if human interaction can be a disability. Yeah, and you know what? Honestly, I have a fear of very, very, very large crowds. So the worst part, I have, tickets to go to, let's say, NFL football game. And it is not sitting in the crowd that bothers me. It is not standing and cheering. It is the getting to the seats and getting out of the seats after the conclusion of the game, where you're just kind of sardined in and walking along a whole bunch of other people out to the main gate area and getting back to your car and whatnot. I have an irrational fear of just that many people around, like if something happens and, goodness happens and like a shotgun rings out and like you're starting to like run as a pack and you get like run over, or you just like get jostled and like that kind of stuff, like being too close to people, like on a subway, all of that kind of stuff where you're like physically very, very close to other people for extended periods of time. Count me out. Like if there's a crowded elevator, I'll just wait for the next one. Like I can't do it. I can't do it. And so sometimes it's more difficult because you're like, are you not going to go to the concert? Are you not going to go to, some of these things where you're going to have large crowds of people? And I'm like, because I want to go to the concert. It's not the same just watching the DVD of the concert, that was filmed in front of a sold out crowd. And so like I am going to, where's Viper I am going to the Taylor Swift concert when it comes to Seattle. Okay. And it is at the football stadium. And that stadium holds like about 68,000 people. And so, I mean, I've seen some of the live streams and stuff that are already happening, and people be crazy. People are like in the parking lots. And so I am already anticipatory, like, oh gosh, like anxious. So I have to build my life around like, I'm going to get there early. I'm going to like, it just... Now, when it comes to business, though, when I was starting Content Minis and I was really trying to figure out, like, do I even take the leap of faith? Because it's one thing to, like, talk it, and then it's another to actually try and do the thing. It's another to, it was scary for me to take people's money, because then it gave me the sense of expectation, disappointment, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, someone has paid me money. What if I don't live up to their expectation and they are then therefore disappointed with me? I don't know why, but I just have this like gut-wrenching, soul-crushing fear that someone is just gonna be like, that wasn't good enough. That wasn't worth it. I don't like you. You're a terrible human. And maybe chalk it up to the fact that I am adopted. And so some part of me subconsciously, I've talked about this with, Painfully Honest Tech or Jason T. Lewis, where sometimes if you are adopted and you find yourself like always trying for the rest of your life to prove like, I'm worth loving, I'm worth, being bestowed this honor of being called smart. I am these things. And then on top of like, if you're this Asian female and you have this expectation that you're going to be docile, but like very smart and very like all of these things. And I'm just like always disappointed or expecting that I'm going to be disappointing a lot of people. And so you put extra pressure on yourself when sometimes they don't even notice / care that you were going to hit or exceed this goal. So I've spent a lot of my life trying to like over achieve because I want people to not necessarily pat you on the back, but just be like, that girl's smart. That girl's capable. That girl is, brilliant. That girl is like efficient. That girl is, and that extended when I went to work at certain jobs and I wanted to be the go-to person that had the knowledge. Like I would take the extra classes. I would look for the extra knowledge. I would try to be a very knowledgeable person so that when someone asked, and I've shared this with y'all, like there is like this deer in the headlights fear that I am afraid of, that if someone asks me a question, I just have no idea, that they will think I'm stupid. Doesn't matter the question. Doesn't matter that no one would know that answer. I will feel like I am stupid and I've let you down just because you asked and I wasn't able to give you the right answer. So I've spent so much of my time in my life then being scared of what other people are going to think about me, and then me just beating myself up worse than anybody else ever does. And so when I started Content Minis, or when I started, charging people for YouTube consultations or YouTube, you guys know how long it took Roger to like beat me up and chase me down for years before I ever agreed to like take him on as a client and go down to, Texas and work with his team for a week. And even then I was like, oh, they're going to be like, get this girl back on a plane. She has no idea what she's talking about. And, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to talk to them about for a whole week. And then, I left being like, oh, I survived the day, I survived the week, and we still had more that we could talk about. And they said they were happy, and they think I'm smart and brilliant, and they want to work with me more. Like, but it's me. I'm the problem. It's me that's always doing this to myself. And so again, when it came to, starting to do edits for other people, I had my friend, be like, I need you to do this for me. It's like really important. And I'm like, okay, like she's asking, this is a favor, let me do it. And then she was like, okay, let me pay you. And I'm like, oh, I don't know if you should, even though like I busted my ass, like I was afraid to like charge them money because I'm like, oh, and you're my friend. And then she was like, no, you're not going to charge me that little. You're going to charge me more. I'm like, no. And then I would lie and say like, this only took me 2 hours and it took me 10. You know what I mean? And it's that kind of thing because I had this fear of disappointment, but also not only of the work, that the work wasn't going to be good enough, but then when I would quote a price that they would be like, well, you're not worth that. How about I give you this amount? Right? So, it's a problem if the girl who hired you is like, what are you doing? Let me pay you money. Like, you've really done yourself a disservice and you're really kind of beating yourself up, because I am afraid that if I say, this is what my time is worth, ? And I'm not confident about it, that they will agree that that is not what your time is worth and try and give you less, right? So as much as I try and come off as confident or like this badass type, I'm always just like scared shitless inside. And the thing is, in this last year, especially, as I've started with Content Minis, as I've done more speaking gigs, it's one of those where like you have to do it scared. Like, I don't know if that should be our new like emoji, but you have to do it scared, but still do it is the problem. So, that girl is all the things and more. Thank you, Marcus. Thank you. I'm gonna put that on screen. I like that one. And El Jefe Review says, I'm a highly satisfied customer. If that helps, that helps a lot actually, because so here's the thing. You and I, we've known each other 5-6 years maybe. What's so funny? I remember even way back, we were celebrating you getting 5,000 subscribers on your channel. Do you remember? I don't know if you remember this, but, and then the community had come together, like bought you a camera, the community, like, John Prosser had shouted you out on Front Page Tech as like Creator on the Rise, for his type of thing. And, I just remember being like, wow, this is so cool. But, and then meeting you at Vid Summit and your wife and how sweet she was. And so funny is like when Content Minis like started, I didn't want to tell any of my friends about it, even though they could benefit from my service, because again, I didn't want to have to charge my friends money and then because money is something that complicates a lot of relationships, right? And then all of a sudden it's like, well, I'm paying you money, but I'm not happy, or I'm paying you money and you're not delivering. And again, that then stirs up all these fears inside of me to be like, oh, when in reality, sometimes it's your friends who are your first customers, or give you the best feedback, or, be like, oh, this is happening. And maybe like for future real customers, even though they're real customers, maybe you should try this, and they can help you along the way. But I think there's something inside of me that I was like, I can't ask my friends. I can't talk to my friends, which is funny because, so Alex Lyon, and now I can say, his name. I didn't want to say it before until like they were kind of okay with doing that. But he wrote me a really nice LinkedIn like endorsement / review or whatever. And that was really, really nice. And that was one of those too, where that was one of the posts on the LinkedIn post that got me $1,000 because I had 2 people reach out and say, hey, I should do this with you. And they're my friends, you know what I mean? Or like even then later when El Jefe was like, hey, we should do this. And I was like, are you sure? Like, here's a friend trying to be like, hey, let me pay you. And I'm like, no, that's okay. I'd rather just flounder over here on my own. Again, you guys. So again, the irrational fears that we all have, but we're doing it scared. We're still doing it. And he's a happy customer. But, I just want to encourage y'all, even when things were like scary, we're going to have to do it scared. That may have to be we're going to have to do something with that. We may just have to find some sort of do it scared. Now, 5K subs at Vid Summit. Yeah, I remember. What's funny about that is my first Vid Summit, I had not yet broken 1,000 subscribers, I think. I think I was at wait, is that true? So the first beauty conference that I went to, there was one year that Vid Summit and Ipsy Gen Beauty were 24 hours within one another. So I hopped on a red eye from one to the other. And I remember going to that Ipsy, I think it was that one. I had 798 subscribers. So I hadn't yet broken 1,000 subscribers. And it's kind of crazy when you look back at some of these things. I was just talking to a friend the other day, and we used to do Seattle YouTube creators meetup, and one of the people that would show up was Brent Gentling, and I've interviewed him here on this channel. He goes by BYOT, or Bring Your Own Tools, and he has I don't even know now, 500,000 on YouTube, and he had just started a YouTube channel. He has 500,000 now on TikTok, and it's crazy because the group of us, we were just these little some don't even make content anymore, but it was just interesting. I always knew that he was going to actually blow up, though. I knew it because he was a handyman for 20 years, worked in construction, and he looks like a GQ model. I'm like, there's no way that face is not with 20 years of experience is not going to blow up on some YouTube channel. So yeah, you're fine. And he did. But it's just interesting to see where 4 or 5 years has taken a lot of us. 4 or 5 years ago, El Jefe was at Vid Summit with, about to hit 5,000 subscribers. And now he's about to break 100,000. I mean, that is nuts, right? Isn't that crazy? I'm just, you're so damn close too. You're almost at 99,000, I think. That is just insane. You're from being there and celebrating 5,000 subscribers. Anyways, if you're not doing it scared, you waited way too long and missed a lot of opportunities. I don't think you're wrong on that one, because if you're fully confident and you don't have this kind of oh shit, what am I doing feeling every once in a while, you're probably not growing, or you are probably you feel too confident because you didn't grow fast enough. And there is something to be said for slow and steady, but there are sometimes when you're stuck in your ways and you don't try and do things and break out against these things and grow, where it's to your detriment. If I had done this 3 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever else it is. And yeah, so let me see here. the last thing I was scared of, I remember being on camera when I started YouTube at 60. Yeah, and I think that there's so much to that, not only like female, older, 60, starting a YouTube channel. And starting a YouTube channel is not easy. I know everyone's always like, oh, it's so easy. But it's like, you still have to figure out how to film a video, how to edit a video, how to get it up on the platform. Sometimes if you're a woman, you are concerned with what people are going to say about your age, your face, your weight, your hair, your everything. So it takes a lot of courage, and it takes a lot of really doing it scared, because you're not going to be fearless, but doing it while you're scared, to even upload that first, couple videos, even that first video, even making the channel banner, doing all of it. And I just feel like, what is the thing that gets people from that hump of, I would like to, but I'm scared, to actually being like, okay, maybe that wasn't so bad, or actually I did it, So hopefully these new videos will push me past 99. Yeah. We are all waiting in anticipation. Yeah, if you guys haven't subscribed to El Jefe and you're into and want reviews on like headphones, in-ear buds, all of that kind of thing, then you should subscribe to his channel, because I don't think there's anyone more knowledgeable than he is on that type of thing. And he's got a video probably for every single headphone you could think of if you want to hear about the pros and cons of why you might like it. So I sometimes share the first video to people. I look like a deer in the headlights. And now that YouTube has brought back sort by oldest, you can go to anybody's YouTube channel as long as the video is still public, and you can watch their first videos. And I feel like so many people are concerned about starting a YouTube channel on, I am 1 video away, 2 videos away from hitting 700 videos on this main channel, which is actually not even true, because I'm sure there's some that I've deleted over the years and all that stuff. So I think my 700th video, because I actually have scheduled some shorts through this week. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but I'm trying, while I'm just going to say El Jefe didn't have as many videos because we were too efficient for us to chop up right now. So we're a little on hiatus. So I was like, hey guys, why don't you chop up a couple of mine? I chopped up a couple, and I was like, at least, you're like, well, I digress. You shouldn't taste your own product, you know what I'm saying, in some things. But in this one, I'm like, I think I'm gonna have to do more of practicing in public, putting out what I do, edit with me Wednesdays, work with me Wednesdays type thing, because I was really happy with last week's live stream, where even though it was only 3 different people's shorts that we kind of revamped and gave a makeover to, I thought it was kind of a fun and enjoyable kind of teaching live stream, so that people can, it's one thing to just put a contiguous up to 60-second section together. It's another to climb inside the brain of, why do we start with this sentence? What could we put here that would make it more enticing? Should we put a sound effect or an emoji or something else on screen here? What could we do to make it more enticing? I think that isn't really what's taught. There's always a lot of like, here's how you make more content, but it's not about how do you make content that people sometimes want to watch or tells a story or is like more complete in some way. And so I would definitely like to do more of those types of videos where maybe we can revamp some people's shorts or whatnot. Because I thought, or maybe you guys didn't, but I thought it was kind of valuable, not only if you were the person or recipient whose video got maybe made over, but just for me to get it out and be able to explain reasoning out loud, I think valuable for me as trying to teach it, because I have to try and instill this brain into the video editors that I've hired too, because how I would edit a video is not the same as how they are editing videos. And sometimes it's for the better, sometimes it's not. And sometimes there are things that where I'm just like, I want them to edit with my brain. And the only way that I can get us more mind melded a little bit is going to be maybe we do some working sessions together. Maybe we, explain. Sometimes I have just let them loose and been like, as long as I'm not getting complaints, that's something. And so I was talking with my lead editor and I was like, I'd like to do a session with you and me, sitting down, looking at either some that you've done or some that I would be about to do and explain it to you why I'm making these choices, similar to what I did with y'all last week on the live stream. Like I want to do that with him so that when we hire more editors, I want him to be empowered to take the lead to basically become the trainer. This is how we do things here at Content Minis, and this is what Shelly is looking for, or this is what our clients would want, or, you know, these are the best practices. And so that's exciting. And because I think he probably wants that chance to learn and grow. And I want to keep him happy as well and satisfied in his job. And I think if he does and takes on this responsibility too, like I'm more than happy to give him more money as well to go under this training kind of program to be like, this is how I'd want it done. But I also want to trust that, you know, you can teach the new people this way of doing it. And so it's a different brain exercise as well for me to not only be able to articulate it to him, and have it become part of our training regiment. So again, that is scaring me because even up to last week, I kind of was like, we don't have a ton of clients. The brothers are probably a little bored with what they have because they're not, they don't have a full client roster right now for each of them. And so I kind of wanted to almost be like, do I just finish out the contracts that I have, just do it myself and shut the whole thing down? Like wean everybody off, because I don't know is this what I'm supposed to be doing, or was this just a thought experiment into, yes, anybody can, you know, start a side hustle and here's another one you can try. And look, I've tasted it. I've touched it. I've proved that it works. I've, you know, hired people. So, and you can do it too, but does it have to be me? You know, and I think that I was having these thoughts because my editors now have taken over, like I said, the work. So I'm not really editing most of the work now. It's very rare. It was like a couple of emergency projects where I come in and I do a little bit, or maybe I fill in for a day when they're on vacation. But for the most part, they're doing it. And I'm just monitoring if there are customer escalations in, like, if I get too many complaints that maybe, you know, the caption wasn't spelled right, but I haven't really gotten like a ton. Most of them are like, hey, can you change this? But they haven't gotten like angry and escalated to me saying like, I need a new editor. So right now it's just kind of in this maintenance mode where I was even telling my husband, like, do I go back to work? Do I like at an actual corporate job? And I'm like, the only job that I would even consider doing, because I don't necessarily just want to go back to an Amazon or a Google or a Microsoft or whatever, I'd be like, I still want to be in the creator space. So like possibly I would go back and work at YouTube, maybe, not in a role like Renee Ritchie, but like if there was a program manager, product manager type of thing, like, but at YouTube, that would be about the only thing I would consider, but I don't know. And so I was just like, if my business doesn't need me and I don't need to be in it, I could pull the plug or just let it go on, because either way, it doesn't really matter if I'm there or not. As long as I make enough money to cover their paychecks every month and they don't leave like both at the same time, then I don't have a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I'm brain searching, like, what is next for me? And like, do I even want to do this? Do I want to continue? Am I doing it because I'm scared? What is that? Oh, Chantel, 11 months of being a member. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being a member. Oh, I don't know if you, hi, by the way, I don't know if you heard this, but I was saying, one, we're going to try and maybe bring in like a work with me Wednesday type of thing where I work and maybe do editing or do something inside the Discord as an unlisted YouTube video stream in there, and then have it be a replay only for members. So that's going to start happening. I think maybe Wednesdays, maybe it's Wednesdays. And then, there was something else I was going to tell you. I don't know what it is anymore. But we're talking about fears, and I've shared a lot of mine, and some of you have shared yours as well. And I thank you for your vulnerability, honesty, openness, all the above. Comments, questions, and concerns from y'all. I've been saying, like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing with my life, story of my life. Am I supposed to just continue with Content Minis? Should I go out and start talking about it, go get more clients, hire some more editors, start to build it up as a whole thing? I don't know. Should I go back to work and still do content minis? I don't know. Should I, it's just all, yeah, a productivity, but it's also like an accountability thing where it's like, you know how it's really easy to put off working and doing certain things. It's like office hours, but like we just work on projects together. You can log in and you can do your own projects, but it's just kind of a work with me session where you also can work on stuff. Or if I'm doing something and then you're asking like, hey, why did you do that? I mean, maybe I talk to you about it. Maybe I don't know. It's a work in progress. Okay. It's a work with me in progress. I don't know. But I was experimenting today with trying to figure out how to live stream into the Discord group. So thank you, Keely, for that. And if that's something you're interested in, make sure you join the Discord group and all that stuff. So definitely in the camp. I don't know. Yeah, I know you are too, right? And you're like, what am I supposed to do? First of all, you're not alone. I'm completely in that boat and I just don't know. Like, I feel you on the uncertainty. Sometimes when math is too close to call, you got to go with your heart. Yeah. Vietnamese style. That was a good one. That's a good one. I like that. Claps for you. Let me put that comment on screen. Yes. And I also put, I think, did I put it in the Discord or I put it in the community post? I think it's Discord. If there are certain videos that you really want to see, like I said, I'm not as concerned with growing the subscriber number. I'm more concerned with building a community of cool people that actually want to chat, be honest, and open with one another. So if that is, this group and smaller, so be it. So be it. Speaking of Discord, no alert Fergus stream to. What does that mean? No alert Fergus stream today. What does that mean? What does it mean? Oh, by the way, I played the song for you. I'll play it again since you're here. Hold on. Turn it up now. I promised you that I would play the new member song for you. I did it earlier in the stream. I did it again. So, no alert. Oh, for this stream? Oh, really? Usually there's like a bot that comes in and says live alert. I don't know. I think Keely helped me set it up. I blame Keely for everything, okay? Anything related to Discord, I blame her. I did say, though, that we're going to try and do the Work With Me Wednesday inside of Discord. I practiced today live streaming into the Discord group. I think I got it. Ecamm virtual cam for the win with that and the live stream. So I think I figured out how to do that, except the sound. But I think we'll work on it. Like I said, it'll be a work in progress because I was doing it and it was working, except it was playing the waiting room music. And then I did find that there's a way to like mute it, but I don't know if I were to start editing, if you guys would also be hearing the sounds or if it would literally just be like you watching. I don't know yet. So we'll have to do a couple and see how that goes. And one of the first Work With Me Wednesdays could also be if we get 3 more channel members, we got a new channel member, right? Because I think Pixelpia gifted one. Okay, so if we get 2 more channel members, we get to add an 8th emoji and we could work on it together during one of those office hours. If you didn't take a peek yet at the emojis that are available to you, I did revamp those. And now you can also see Casey and Cooper. They're pretty cute. So it says Discord sound can be sketch, but it's a good vibe there. And I was thinking it would be a good, not only is it unlisted YouTube video, but it will be there for anyone who's actually in Discord. So it actually has to be people who care, right? Because it's a very small Discord. There's only total 50 of us in the Discord because I think a couple of them are like the Restream bot or like, like Buy Me a Coffee bot. So I think there's only like 48 real people. But then I'll keep all of them as the replays for members only live streams if they want to, if you want to come back and watch them. So there's that. So there was a coffee, an iced coffee and a hot coffee, and I had to make the choice because I only have 7 emojis that are available to me. And so I kicked the cold coffee off, and I had to keep the hot coffee because y'all know I am not an iced coffee girl, but I always drink hot coffee. So that one had to go. And then I took away the cartoon dog because I replaced it with Cooper and Casey. And then I took away something else. Maybe it was like the megaphone or like the little purple play button. I took that away and I replaced it with the other dog, you know, so one for Cooper, one for Casey. So because I had to only replace the existing emojis that were there. But like I said, if we get 2 more channel members, then we'll get to add one. So that'll be exciting. Okay. Anyone else want to share comments, questions, concerns, fears? If you don't want to hear, you could also do it inside the Discord. That would totally be fine too. And we can chat about it there. And if there's any specific channels that you would like to see inside of the Discord, do let me know, because we can create more channels based on whatever. Like we had set it up a while ago and based on what I thought would be interesting. I know that someone asked for food. We added food, and someone asked for, I think for animals. And so we added animals. So if you just want to come in and see some puppies and kittens and other animals, then you can do that too. And just put a smile on your face. But yeah, or if there's other cool people that you want to add, I think it's open. Anybody can invite people. If it's not, let me know. I'm not super smart with Discord yet. Okay. Notice how I said yet. Keely will help me. Tonight is very exciting. I'm just also going to tell y'all, I am filling in dance instruction for one of the teams because our leader is having her mom come in, and she hasn't seen her mom since before COVID. And so that's a nice way to start the vacation for 4th of July weekend. If you have plans for the 4th of July, what are you guys going to be doing? Do you have the day off? Like, where are you going to be? I'll be in Seattle and watching the fireworks, and that should be super fun. I'm really excited for that. And it's crazy that it's already July 4th. Okay, I digress. It is not yet July 4th, but you know what I'm saying. It's crazy that we're there because we are more than halfway through the year. And how are people doing on like their goals that they set? If it was a 30, 60, 90 day quarterly plan type of thing, we should do that next week. Let me know what you think about that. A checkup on your goals. Maybe some of you did New Year's resolutions. You remember those? Maybe some of you did that. Maybe some of you have quarterly goals and you want to check in. I would love to check in with y'all on how you guys are doing on your goals for your YouTube channel, for your life, for your fitness, for your, health, all of that stuff. Let's do that. You guys down with that? Guys and gals? I think that'll be a good one. You're in Seattle too? Nice. Nice. Hopefully the weather stays nice. Not so hot that it's like unbearable, but you know what I mean. Seattle weather. Seattle nice. Not like California nice, but like Seattle nice. But yeah, I'm going to be teaching tonight for dance, which is going to be super fun. And, you know what? If you want to catch some of it, usually we go live on TikTok somewhere in the 8 o'clock-ish hour. So usually like 8 to 8:30 or something like that. So if you want to check in on the dancing girls in cowboy boots being led by yours truly tonight, you can log into the TikTok under Boot Boogie Babes, So if you want to check that out, it should be a lot of fun. We are prepping. We're going to be doing, you guys, we're going to be backup dancers for a music video for this great artist, Leah Justine. And we have choreographed a dance number to one of her latest tracks called Somebody Here Is Walkin'. And it's a little sassy. It's a little badassy. And so we're working with the different teams on like learning the chorus, or the team that I'm on is learning like the dance for all of the song. It's performance line dancing. So it's not quite square dancing because also it's not like two-step or partner work. It's a lot of, it's line dancing with a twist. It's usually to popular music, and yeah, you can look it up on like TikTok or YouTube or Facebook if you look up Boot Boogie Babes, and you'll get like more of an idea what I'm saying. Like it's to popular music, it's more contemporary moves, and it's a fun time. It's a fun time. So yeah, tonight I'll be guest instructing for one of the groups. And if you want to catch us live, so the way that it works, we have the boot camp classes, which we consider like the beginner levels because it's your introduction to, and that teaches more like bar dances and stuff. And then we have our performance teams, and we perform like in parades and different locations and venues. And so that's going to be, we call it level, what do we call it? 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So level 3 is our boot chicks, and they're kind of more the beginning line dance performance team. Then we have boot bells, which is what is being taught tonight, which is level 4. And then we have the boot girls, which is level 5, which is like that intermediate / advanced. And then there's level 6, which is what I'm on, and that's called the boot boogie babes. And every team practices on a different night of the week. So like we're on Mondays, and tonight, like I said, is the boot bells, and the boot chicks go on Tuesdays, and then the boot girls are on Wednesdays, if you keep all the boots straight. And each team has its own like flair and colors and favorites. Oh my gosh, people have been tuned in for like since audition boot camp or something, which was like October of last year. People like have nicknames for the dancers. So you'll pop into the live stream and randomly they'll be like, where is Polly? And Polly's not her name, y'all. Polly is just the nickname that they have given her because she's like Polly Pocket, because she's real tiny and cute and small. Like there are lots of people that have nicknames. So if you're in there randomly and then someone is like, go tin boots, it's because one girl like wears silver boots a lot or tiny boots, because one girl like during auditions had like the shorter boots. Like a lot of us dance in 13 to 15 inch tall boots, and hers were like 7-inch boots, and so she was known as tiny boots for the rest of, or you know, like they're just having fun. They have a lot of fun nicknames for us. So if you want to swing by, it's a good time. TikTok, Boot Boogie Babes, usually live around-ish 8 o'clock or so, 8 to 8:30, 8 to 8:45, something like that. So if you want to tune in tonight, I will be guest instructing our boot bells, so that'll be fun. So I hope you guys have a great night. I have to go get ready to leave and get down there to the dance studio. And next week we're going to be doing the checking in on your goals. Maybe next Wednesday will be our first Work With Me Wednesday, if you're into that. So join the Discord group for that. And I hope you all have just the best and safest and most amazingly sparkly, fantastic 4th of July. Okay? Have a great night, y'all. I will see you in a video very soon. Bye. If I can find the right end button. All right, bye.